Hello and happy terrific Tuesday to all of you. It is the day that we go live with myself, Dr. Stem. I hope you had a great weekend. My weekend was going to be so good until, have you ever heard that? Where you plan your weekend and you think it's going to be going well, and all of a sudden, everything just seems to fall apart. But anyway, this was all about the Celtics. I am a Boston Celtics at heart. My family's in Boston. So you know what? That's home for me. I live in Orlando, Florida, but Boston is home. So when they came back with 0.2 seconds, oh, yeah. That was just like energy pumping and so excited and had all the hopes yesterday that it was going to happen. They were going to make history. Have you ever been there where you think, you know what, everything is going to work out and everything is now coming together, and all of a sudden you just like, miss it again and you fail? I wanted to talk about getting back up after failure. It wasn't only the team that failed yesterday, but it was the fans as well. We all felt like we had failed. So, of course, it hits you right in the gut to say, man, I failed again, couldn't do it again. But you know what? I'm here to remind all of us that that is life. In life, you're going to fall. In life, you're going to fail. And anytime that we fall or fail, there are lessons that will get us back up and going. It might take a while, and it's okay. So the number one thing is to accept the fact that, you know what, it is upsetting. Yes, some people will be angry about it, and some people will really be depressed. I mean, not depressed in the sense of long-term depression, but really feeling depressed about it. And it's okay when you failed and you've tried your best to feel that way. That is normal. Give it time and feel the feelings that you're feeling. The second thing is to take a look at the journey that you have taken to get to the point where you failed. Because many a time when we fail, it's not because we're just doing something for the first time. It's because we've done so much preparation, we've done so much work into it. And then when we think this is the moment that everything works out, it falls apart. It could be not just, basketball. It could be a business. It could be an interview for a job. I did that years ago when I was interviewing for a job. You go for the first interview, they call you for the second one. And when they call you for the third one, obviously you're ready to give your resignation to the next job, because you know that they want you. And all of a sudden, after that third interview, we regret to inform you that we have selected another candidate. Gut-wrenching. It happens in business. You get a deal and you think you're going to get this contract in. All of a sudden, they ask you for more questions so that they can clarify, what it is that you are going to do for them, or what it is that, they will be doing for you. And all of a sudden, go, you get that letter that says, unfortunately, we are not able to grant you this. Those are failures that are real in life. A marriage, you're in a marriage for a very long time, and all of a sudden your spouse decides that they want to divorce you, or you decide that, you know what, I don't think that I can stay in here, any longer. That's a failure at some point when we get to look at it. So failures are normal in our lives, but how we deal with them is, what makes the difference. So accept the emotions, go with the flow, and allow yourself to go through those. If you've worked with me and you know me, I'm big on journaling. Write about it. I had to write about this one here in my journal about the Celtics losing yesterday. I had to write in my journal and say, oh, that's a bummer. Because I saw history coming, was excited, Memorial Day weekend, and all of a sudden it went left. It's what I call it. It went left. The second thing is to learn from your mistakes. So as you look back and you see the things, the preparation that you did, celebrate those things that you have done, celebrate those win-wins that you have. But at the same time, look at the things that you made mistakes, that were mistakes, that could be corrected. Because every time that we fail, there's something to learn from, our failure. And what we have to learn are those things that didn't work. One thing that cost me a lot in my business is this fact that I wanted to get stuck on things that I thought are supposed to be working, that I thought would work. And I didn't want to change them. So even though they were not working, but they were my ideas, and I know that they should work, but then they were not working. So don't get stuck on that. If an idea is not working, if something is not working, work with someone that will come in, because they will help you with looking at it and assessing the things that you have been doing. And that's why, today I'm not holding on to anything. If what I was doing is not working, you will see changes in the work that I'm doing. You will see changes in the things that I'm doing, because I am for what works and I want what works. Getting back up from failures mean you are open and ready to make changes, that you're also open to making changes that are coming in from other people. I've had so many consultants, working with me. I've been a consultant with other people as well. And I'm always saying to people, every consultant will bring in a whole different approach to your work or to your business. Take that, run with it. If it doesn't, don't be afraid to hire another consultant that can work with you and, make the changes. So don't give up after one, person that you've worked with and it doesn't work out. And then you feel like, oh man, I've worked with this coach or this consultant and it didn't work. It just didn't work with those ideas for that moment. And when we think it didn't work, you've grown. And I have grown from every consultant and coach that I've worked with. I have grown and up my game. And also those people that I've worked with in turn and was a consultant and I am a coach for them, they're upping their game also one way or the other. So there's always a win-win in that. How did I do that? I reframed my mindset. I had to change my mindset. I had to think in a different way. And when you think in a different way, you're not just stuck on what you know. You're not stuck on the ordinary. You're not stuck on what was or what has not worked. Growth mindset. I want to grow. I wanted to also have more information that I can help those that I work with grow. And in order to help those that I work with grow, I have to grow myself. In order for me to even say to someone, you might want to consider, this, so that maybe you can get that, right? I have to be, a coach that is also flexible and also, open to a growth mindset. Another way of getting back up is being able to set goals, that says, you know what? I am going to get from here to there. And how am I going to get there? What are the things that I need to do? Without those little goals, the small goals that you set for yourself on a daily basis, right? It's really difficult to move on, but then it's also easy for you to just lay there and go, well, I don't have the energy. I don't know if I can do this anymore. So with the Celtics, I know they're going to take time to rest and relax because this is a game, but then there's also another chance of coming back around. And so do we in our own lives. We have another chance to come back around. That's why I have this talk that I just did. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. Go and Google, You Only Have One Life. That is my new TED Talk that I just did with it's my first one. It's my first TED Talk, first of many. But I talked about you only have one life. Live it or lose it. And you only have one life. I put in YOHO, you only have one life. Please listen to it. Because I think sometimes we take it for granted and think, well, you know what? I'm going to have another chance. I'm going to have another day and I'll do it again. And yet time is of essence. We need to take care and pay attention to the time that we have so that you're not wasting any minute or any day that you have. So to get back up, I'm going to talk about seeking support. And seeking support means you talk to family, friends, anybody that can help you get back out of the funk Because with some people, I said, you get sad, you get irritable, you get annoyed at, failing or not, things not working out in your life. Figure out a way to get back up again, where you get energized again, or where you get excited again about life, about whatever projects that you're doing, whatever business that you're doing. I mean, whatever it is, finding love again, being, in a relationship again, whatever it is that you're seeking, find ways of finding support. When I learned through the law of attraction that your vibration is so important, more than anything, that your vibration will either attract what it is that you want, or it's going to repel what you want, because you're always grumbling, you're mad, you're irritable, you're sad, you're just complaining about this, that helps push away everything that you want. But it is important to have a good vibe only. Good vibrations, good feelings, good excitement, being happy, being positive, and just being chill and relaxed. That helps things to flow into you, people to come in the space where they can help you. When I learned that, that has been my number one goal. I ask myself, what's my vibration for the day? Am I in a good vibration? Am I good, being in good feelings right now? What's going on in my mind? Am I in a funk? I mean, what am I feeling? Because you can feel in the shoulders, you can feel that you're tense when you're not relaxed. So if you're feeling that way, I also have meditations that are on YouTube. If you just put in Dr. STEM, one word, DRSTEM, meditations, you'll find meditations that I personally use on a day-to-day basis. I choose one. You'll find 11 of them that I have currently in there. And I meditate and just relax my mind, and also brings my mind into that good vibration status. So I wanted to do this live today to talk about getting back up from failure. When things are not going well in your life, how do you reframe your mind, think about it in a different way? The other support that you can choose is also to work with a therapist or a coach like myself, and really get to process what's going on with you, what solutions that you can start to look at or explore with. I'm always amazed, all right, at people that never spoke to a counselor or a therapist or a coach in their life. I'm always surprised, because why? I take that as a way of replenishing ourselves, refreshing ourselves. I take it as a way of finally just saying, you know what? Let me see what's working. Let me see what's not working. And that's what we do. We do a whole assessment and evaluation of your life to see what's working and what's not working. But what I love mostly about it is you get to get a tool bag from talking to someone who's a counselor or a coach. You get to get a tool bag of new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things, new ideas that just expand on your ideas that you have about your life. So that's what I love about it. If you've never experienced working with a coach or a counselor, I want to challenge you to have a free 30-minute session with me, and just put in a 30-minute and say, you know what, I just want a free 30 minutes with you just to talk about my life, or just talk about this certain thing that I have, to see how we can work together. I would love to have that opportunity with you. So visit my website. It's www.drstemi.com, and on there you'll find a link that says book your free session with me, and I would love to talk with you, because I give free 30 minutes, and I just get to know you anyway. It's just a good way of getting to know you. So that's this week's live with me and myself. And next week, I don't know, I think I have a guest. We'll see what happens. If you want to be my guest, also inbox me, put underneath wherever you see this video and say guest, and let's talk. I love having people around to be guests with me. So just say, I want to be a guest, and I will reach out to you, and we can connect and talk about whatever it is that is on your heart. Remember now, what I do with these is I'm here to motivate, inspire, encourage, and empower you. And as I do that, guess what? I'm being more empowered. So until next week, this is Dr. Stem. Be encouraged.